Hey guys, good morning. It is Amy and Miss Kamara.
Hello.
And we are coming to you live from our room.
Pop Century.
As you can hear, I'm losing my voice.
We've done a lot of talking and a lot of screaming.
Yes, a lot, but so much fun. And so we thought we would share with you guys. We have some almost said unbagging. That doesn't make sense.
We have some revealing to do of our haul of the few things that we got in the park over the last couple days.
But we thought we'd lead into first with what we did last night because we're warriors. We are most warriors. So let's see. We did Magic Kingdom. You guys saw us last at the restaurant, which was excellent. The food was amazing. Sorry, we feel so far away.
Yeah, we could come.
We could probably come closer to you guys. We're just trying to get near the bed where all the stuff is. And then let's see, what else did we do? So, we picked her package up, right?
Yep. We went and we flew on Peter Pan.
Yes.
And it was lovely.
We had a fast pass. That was
so
awesome.
glad we did. Yes, we walked on that.
We have a funny story about Peter Pan. Like back, I don't know when last time we rode it, I was incredibly sick.
Well, it was another one of those Kim marathon days because if you haven't noticed, I like to go for a long time. And so, so I had been dragging her all over the place. I don't know what day it was. That was a lot of Parks Day or what that was. But she was sick in the queue line.
Yeah, and if everyone knows me, I get migraines pretty simple, pretty easy. And so I was not feeling well. And the minute like the head and the tummy don't feel well, like in that hot waiting area, and it's a beautiful queue for Peter Pan.
It is beautiful. I love that
like
queue.
When you're in there and you don't feel well. I was like,
I felt terrible.
Did
she
we
was
ride
having
it?
this. We did. You stuck with me, and I
don't even remember.
kept telling you to go. And anyway, we stayed and we rode it, and she was miserable.
Well, so last time we had Fast Pass, so we didn't even go through that whole thing, which was awesome. We got on, we got off, and then we had time to basically get down Main Street, pick up her package, which worked out really well.
Yeah.
That area was really quiet, the Chamber of Commerce area. And then it was kind of that, we forgot kind of really about shopping with her. I kind of forget because we're going so hard that we're like, she probably wants to get souvenirs.
Yeah, and I love souvenirs, but when I only have such a short period of time in the parks, it's like shopping or rides, I'm always going to opt rides. But yeah, I was feeling because of all of this, I was feeling a bit done at that point and knew that we needed to go do this other park. So it was the perfect thing to do.
It was cool. And it was nice to watch her. Sure was. I was tired, but I wanted her to be able to get the full experience of Emporium as we all know, Disney fans, that we just love kind of meandering
and I did lots of that.
Yeah, and they get such new stuff. I swear you guys, they put out new stuff every day. I'd love to know the statistics on it because I saw tons of stuff I haven't seen. I was just in there last week. So she'll show you what she got because it's freaking adorable. So and then we beat the crowds. We watched. You can watch Happily Ever After right dead in the middle of Main Street. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it was great.
Someone asked me online this morning, can you see the images on the castle? Yes, you could.
Yes.
You can see Quasimodo and you can see everything.
You could see everything.
Yeah, it's basically the bottom of the castle where they kind of will have a little bit of it. Obviously, because of crowd purposes, you can't see anything. But honestly, it doesn't really take any. Did you?
Oh my goodness!
It was her first time seeing it, so
I was like enveloped in the whole thing. If Amy would have taken any sort of pictures of me during Happily Ever After, this literally would have been me. And then I was crying. It's just, what they do on the castle with the images and the music and the fireworks, and it's warm and you're on Main Street and
Christmas lights.
It's Christmas lights. It was just
it was cool.
Christmassy magical. It was just beautiful. I'm very moved by things like that. I tend to be. I'm like Amy. I'm sensitive, and my heart gets moved easily, and so it was just beautiful. It's one of my favorite parts of Magic Kingdom. Like, it was why I wanted to stay. It was worth staying.
Yeah, she wanted fireworks. She told me, before she came, I was like, okay, you only have like 2.2 days, so you got to tell me exactly what you want. And she was like, well, I want fireworks. And I was like, Magic Kingdom is the best.
That's right. That's where you got to do it.
So yeah, we got lucky that we were in the middle. We saw everything. It was great. Eventually, even with you could hear everything except the narration was a little muddled.
Right.
I would say that's probably because of the crowd noise around you, because the farther back you get, you're a little more detached from it. So if you really want the whole experience,
you need to be up in there.
You need to be in the hub. I've done it with the family, but I will tell you, we waited like an hour and a half for that seat. And literally, if you get right up against the railing where the flowers are in front, nobody can stand in front of you. You can lean against it for like the hour and a half. We've done that, but it's really hard on the feet. It's easier for us to just come in from home and go do it. But for people who've been there all day, I didn't feel anything. And we just been sitting like literally almost 2 hours at dinner.
Right.
But when we stopped to do fireworks, I was like, oh, I felt like I just ran a half marathon.
Well, she did just run a half marathon, so there is that too. I was a little sore too, but probably not as sore as her, because she did run a half marathon.
Yeah, we hoofed it. So then we got right out into monorail. We got right in the monorail. It moved really fast. They had them in and out. So that was excellent. So honestly, I really highly recommend like middle Main Street on. You'll get out of there faster.
Yeah, it was
because it was literally park closed. They parked at 8, or it closed at 8 p.m. last night. Sorry, can't talk. And that's early, as you all know, for Magic Kingdom. So, and of course, there's extra magic hours at Epcot.
So we went over there, and I did tell Amy, like when we were standing in line for the monorail to get out, I said, you know, that fireworks display was worth every minute that we aren't going to get at Epcot, because I was thinking at that point, like, how much of Epcot are we really going to be able to get done by the time we go over there?
Yeah, I was a little nervous about that, because you never know if a monorail breaks down. You never know with the parking lot. I told her it's a pretty easy lot to get out of, but the problem is that everybody's leaving at 8 o'clock. Usually the fireworks sometimes go off like at 9, but the park closes at 10. So you kind of have those waves of people. So last night is just like one mad rush out of the park. So I was a little nervous, but no, we got the monorail on it right away. They opened. We've gotten very lucky with that, where we just kind of happened upon. They didn't have any wheelchairs in the wheelchair area for the monorail, so they're like, sure, go ahead. So we would walk into this empty car, and then we got to parking lot, got out really quickly. She's an excellent driver, so we got out of there, and then we found I was telling all about the half marathon where we ran on the way to Epcot, and then got in no problem. I didn't realize they don't check for parking at the Auto Plaza, for extra magic hours. So we just kind of cruised in. There were no cast members there, and we got out, and you guys, I've never walked so fast in my life. I mean, seriously, I walked.
It was
fast
like
with
she was
Craig.
running the half marathon again.
We were power walking, like I'm sure it was like a 15 minute mile we were walking, and you guys have no idea. So imagine, like,
I'm very glad that I have long legs.
Yes, picture this scene. So Epcot Forever starts, which we totally forgot. We talked about Magic Kingdom. I was like, we might catch the 9 o'clock fireworks at Epcot, but I don't want to make any promises. I have no idea. And then lo and behold, we're walking, and we're not even thinking about the fireworks. We're thinking about, we had one goal, was Frozen. And I told her, if we can beat the crowd to Frozen, because they're all going to just empty into that for extra magic hours. And so we're just hoofing it. So this is Kim and I past the fireworks. Like,
meanwhile, like, I'm trying to keep her in my sights, and I'm like, this is so beautiful.
And I felt bad.
Look at the kites.
I felt bad because I wanted her.
And Amy's like, quickly looking and running, and I'm like, look at the kites.
I told her, you guys know, I've never seen them yet. So until last night. So, and then we
definitely
saw the kites,
worth coming in to see. That is for sure.
I definitely think you should at least see it once. I have not seen the complete show, so I will go in again. We saw it like literally running by. But we hooked it literally from the front of the park, got to Frozen, which you guys know is a World Showcase, and maybe a 10-minute wait for Frozen, I think, maybe. And we were on. And so tell them, what did you think of Frozen?
I mean, so I was saying to Amy, there's something about riding a brand new ride, right, that you've never been on. There's something beautiful about the old familiar that you remember and you want, but this new, I was, again, speechless through the whole thing. It's a very well done ride. You can tell it's one of the newer ones that they've done. It's beautiful. It's very, I don't know. Let It Go. I know we all
Empowering.
have jokes about that song, and believe me, I get it, but it is
Yes.
such an empowering song, and
Yes.
for me, it's had a lot of meaning personally. And so, the way that they do that and the boat, I don't know, in her ice palace, it's
We were
definitely
singing.
we were singing.
We were singing.
Our Frozen picture is
Yeah,
like
it's
we
amazing.
we are letting it all go and standing into who we are as women. There is no
Amen.
doubt about
Amen.
that.
Yes.
So it was just it was really, really powerful,
Yeah,
and
it
really,
was-
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. The whole
Yes,
thing
the
is really
whole
beautiful.
thing.
So it's worth it. I'm sure the lines continue to be long. I don't.
It was long when we got out because then of
Yeah.
course Epcot Forever just ended, so
Yeah.
we were like, okay.
but
like,
it was great. We really barely waited at all.
Yeah.
Maybe 10-15 minutes.
got lucky with
Yeah.
that. Really lucky because I told her that's one of the hot ones as well. Besides Rise and Flight of Passage is
Yeah.
Frozen.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
So
It's so worth doing.
So then we were like, well, what else could we get done? Like in a matter of, this is like 9:15. We had 9:15 to 11 last night. So we just hoofed it over to, I believe it was Figment.
Figment.
We did Journey to Imagination.
And that's
Figment's a favorite of hers. And I know people are like, wait, you
hoofed it to Figment. I mean, who doesn't do that, right?
Of course, it was
Yeah.
a walk-on, and
Yeah.
we had all but us and one other person on our entire string of vehicles. So that was awesome.
Great. Yeah.
And then we got to Soarin', and that was the one I was worried about as well, because I'm like, it is 3 screens now, but I was like, I just don't know, like with extra magic hours. And nope, we got lucky. We
10 minutes.
Got in, got first row. We were really happy about that. I told her, I'm like, we're not doing anything but first row. Like the minute we got in there, I was like,
She's like, we're not flying with feet in front of us.
no. This is
Rock
not how
on.
we do this.
All right.
It's the same thing I do with my dad and my mom. I was like, we don't fly with feet.
We
in
don't
our
fly
face.
with feet in our face.
So stop.
It's a rule of life.
So then we got to Nemo, walked on Nemo really quick, and that was nice because
Nemo.
they put you
I
through
loved
the
the
fast.
Around the World Soarin' too. That was my first time.
Oh yeah, that was her first time.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I actually watched her expression. Where
Yeah, Amy was probably sick of it because I was like, oh, the Taj Mahal. Oh, Australia. Oh, and she was
No,
like, yep,
it's
no, I know what
exciting.
country that is. So anyway,
No,
it was
it's
amazing.
always exciting to go on with someone who's never been on it, just like Frozen and everything else, because it's fun to watch their reactions, and because being local, we can take advantage or take a, I don't know what the word is, but we can take it for granted, that's what I'm trying to say, of the repeating rides all the time, and then they're still magical, but we kind of feel like, oh, it's just Frozen again or whatever. And it's fun to go on with someone who's not only on vacation, but it's their first time, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that face.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw that Taj Mahal.
I remember that. I had
or
that
the
face.
Leaning Tower of...
The Leaning Tower. Yeah, I was still telling you that whole joke.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that to say, we'll get to doing this.
Then Nemo.
Yeah, it's Nemo, and then we hooked it all the way to Test Track, which I probably should just looked at my app, but we were just in such like a...
Well,
we were forced in nature to be reckoned with.
And we
last
were
night.
shocked that we had time to get to Test Track.
Yeah.
So I think that was it. You know, we didn't think we'd be able to
Exactly.
do
It was about 9:30 or 10:30. We had like about 30 minutes, 40 minutes left, and so we hooked it over there, and it was shut down. And I was like, okay, so no Test Track. I showed her where mouse gear was shut down. So sad. And where our cool hallway. We like this bathroom with all the tile. We great selfies in
we
there.
had some good selfies.
Yeah,
in there
and
from
I told her, look at it. It's just a skeleton.
It's our bathroom. It's gone.
It's gone. It's so depressing. So we thought we'd finish off the day with Spaceship Earth. So that's what we did, and that was nice. And I was telling her that it's going down soon. I don't know the date, but that she could kind of say her goodbyes to it now because it's going to be brand new. And then we hobbled. We hobbled. We I don't know how we made it to the vehicle.
I barely stayed awake in Spaceship Earth, if I'm totally honest with
she
you.
Was totally
I was like, you know when you put
just...
your child in a car seat in a car because you're like, you need to fall asleep? Well, that was me on Spaceship Earth. I managed to stay awake. There are a few times where I was like, let me just listen to the soft smoothing narration with my eyes closed.
It was great. So yeah, we made it back. I'm not gonna lie, we both had to take sleeping pills because it just so much. I need to come off of it.
Yeah,
I can't even
you have so much going through your mind.
Yeah, so we just were out last night, and now you can hear. Usually this happens because I've just had so much excitement that my head and brain. So anyway, let's do some revealing.
Yep,
so
big reveal.
The big reveal. So I'll do mine first, and we'll do Kim's. So when I wrote Everest, I got a kind of a goal in mind of I wanted to get something because that was terrifying. And people keep asking who have not watched this, so if I don't know if they'll watch it again, would I write it again? Not right now. No, it's too soon. It's too soon. I don't know. So I have this whole idea for my new office in the coming months, and I wanted to kind of display fun things, and I like fuzzy things and soft things, and so for myself, I got this. It's a Yeti.
It's a Yeti. Ah.
You know, it's funny. They have a boy and a girl
Yes,
Yeti.
I was gonna say they have options.
I didn't understand that. I was like, wait a minute, I thought this was the man Yeti on the
I don't know. It was
in your head, you know what I mean?
It was a big decision.
It was a big decision. Like, I was like, well, if I got a girl Yeti, but then I'd have to get another girl Yeti because it would be Kim and I. But we're not Yetis. Like, that's the road I go down when I collect things.
That's what you were thinking.
So I was like, no, this is the Yeti, and
He's super cute and soft. Cute.
And then Kim and I both got. I'll let Kim show hers. I don't know which one.
Well, they're the same, so.
I know, but I need sizes.
All right, I'm not gonna.
All right,
you
ready?
Okay, ready? Here we go.
I'll lift him up. So,
I just don't want to reveal mine for you. It's your thing.
So it says, "Meet me at base camp."
Meet me at base camp.
And on the back, it says "Summit Team Leader Forever." Isn't that cool? So yeah, and then it has Expedition Everest in the front too, which is really cool. Yep. It's really neat. I will tell you guys this: a lot of the merch I was a little disappointed in with Natalie Everest, because there was nothing that said, I did this, I rocked this, I conquered this, because that was hard for people.
There was a kid's t-shirt that said that.
Yeah, there was a kid's t-shirt, which I get.
Well, right. I mean, it would be a big deal if you were a kid, but yeah, exactly.
So that was kind of disappointing. It's the same thing with Pop Century. We were just in the gift shop to pick this stuff up.
Yeah.
And we were disappointed because I was even thinking, oh, I'll get a Pop Century t-shirt. I'll look after we've gone. I'll look over the next couple months, see if anything new comes in, because I wanted a Pop Century shirt. Yeah, and they had one that was like, it was tie-dye, but you could barely see the lettering on the, it was blue on blue, and it was weird. I don't know.
I would say in general, some of the ride merch, I don't know, and maybe it's just my personality. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like they could do a little bit of a better job of tying the ride merch to like what people's experiences are on the ride, so that you would feel like emotionally attached. I honestly think they would probably sell more too, like if they would have had I Conquered Everest, or that you just would feel like I have to get that to remember my experience.
And I was telling you, I swear they used to have things like that, and what happens is that they just like try a new design, a new this, whatever, but really people like myself were coming off in tears who just want to like, and the cast member there, that's the one who made me the buttons. That was very sweet.
Yeah, that was super cool.
I was just like, I have to get something to commemorate this event, because it's probably never going to happen again. So then Kim wants to show you guys what she got on her trip, what she bought. So I'm going to switch with you.
All right, we're going to switch over. So my husband and I have had the pleasure of traveling to a lot of different places in the world. One of those places is in Africa. And somewhere along the line, my husband decided to start, I don't know, collecting tribal masks from the various places we go. So we have a whole wall in our place that's all different masks. And when he came for his one and only time, he's only been here once. That was probably 8-10 years ago now. That's crazy to think about. We were in Animal Kingdom, and there's some African wood carvers there, and they make all of this stuff by hand. Sorry, you're now seeing my mouth and the mask. And they are actually from Nigeria, which is where we were in Africa. And so every time I come, I pick him up a little something from that. So really cool. They're a third party. They really are. It's authentically carved African masks. So that's that. It's small. My husband would like it really large, but I need to take it back on an airplane. So
I was trying to picture us carrying one of these big heavy things around Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, and they did have some really cool big ones, but
it was enough to carry the Millennium Falcon on Tower of Terror.
And if my husband was here, he would say like, why didn't you purchase it and just ship it back then? But because this is me. I'm a little more conservative. All right, so then the other thing I got, which I'm
so jealous she got this. Honestly, one day I will own one.
I am just thrilled. And again, I got the smaller version. And I will have to carry this onto the flight. It might fit in my suitcase. I don't know if I want to risk it though. But
yay! Look what she got!
I got the Thomas Kincaid Beauty and the Beast. So I'll put this little closer up for you. So again, this is incredibly meaningful to my relationship. He is not a beast, but Chad and I were friends for years and years and years. And so the Tale as Old as Time song has always meant a lot to me. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. And I feel like that, I feel like that actually like really epitomizes my relationship. I've often said, I don't know the moment I fell in love with him. I think I've probably been in love with him just about my whole life. And then just one day finally figured it out. So I am thrilled. Cool. And our home is actually full of Thomas Kincaids. So that's...
No, really, they are. And they're beautiful and they're big and I'm jealous beyond... They're seriously, this girl could have a gallery. It's beautiful.
So this will be just an amazing addition. And I told my husband about it and told him I wasn't going to get it because we didn't need another Thomas Kincaid. So I think he'll be very surprised when he sees it. So that's that. And it really was rather reasonable. I mean, they're not like cheap. I get that, but I didn't feel like it was
we
like...
got an annual pass holder.
Yeah, I got a discount. It pays to have connections. Okay, and then this was for me. So this was my Emporium find last night when it was finally like, oh yeah, I should probably get something.
This is a new print, you guys, actually.
This is amazing.
Isn't it cute?
So it's a hoodie, purple castle. It has the stripes down the side, hot pink, and Amy, this would look really good on you. That's like your color up there. Hot pink in the hood. Oh, that's probably the wheelchair. Oh, we have a knock.
We're almost out.
We have a knock at our door. Okay, sorry.
Get out!
Get out!
Your magic is over!
Get out! And then this is what's on the hood.
Isn't it cute?
So I just love it. It's super colorful. It's super fun. I love the white. I love yeah.
Yeah, this is a new design, you guys. Oh, that's an Emporium Magic Kingdom for those who are going to ask me.
Yeah, and then down the bottom too.
It's fun.
Very
super
cool.
Fun. They've been doing a lot of actually a lot of 80s more.
Yeah, kind of like retro
look. Yeah, which I'm ecstatic about. There's actually a t-shirt out there that says someone had made in the 80s, which we need. I made in the 70s. Ironically, that's our building. But I've seen these t-shirts. I'm like, oh, I must get one that says the made in the 70s.
Yeah,
so.
that would be super cool. Do you want to switch again?
Oh, no.
It should be more
no, it's just because the record is right
side.
there. Yeah. So anyway, guys, we are off to breakfast over at the Grand Floridian.
Woo-hoo!
That's why we're all
That's why we're in our fancy pantsuits.
Fancy pants. Yeah, Mom got me this jumpsuit and she's here, so I had not put it on since October, so I was a little nervous. It fits.
Prepare to gain weight.
Beautiful. And yeah, I actually felt we were pretty fancy walking around everybody in their t-shirts.
We were like, look at us. People were like, where's the VIP guides? People were probably taking shots of us thinking that we were famous people.
Who are these amazing
And they're going to
people?
go back home and try to figure out who we are.
So we are headed over there. We're checking out. And then Miss Kamara goes on to Palm Beach.
Yep.
So, yeah, it has been really fun. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm sure this girl probably needs so much rest. She's fought a cold. Yeah, I fought my own health issues these last 2 days.
It's been great, though. We have not let it stop us. We've had an amazing time.
We definitely both have fighting spirits. We're like, no, this is the day. This is what we said we were going to do. We're going to do it. That's why.
You got to let this other, you just got to roll with it.
Yeah, I got to let it go. So, thank you for joining us on our
Thanks for letting me join the relocated tourist for a little while. Thanks for letting me be a guest.
You're welcome. It was so much fun. So, and I invite anyone else that would ever like to be a guest and have fun with me. As she can attest to you, She's
a great tour guide. If you ever have an opportunity to utilize her services, you absolutely should.
So, I hope you all have a magical day. It is. Oh, I didn't even say the day. It's Wednesday, January 15th.
Yep.
Yes. See, I like to put the date on this, so when 20 years in the future, I can look back and be like, "Oh my gosh, Kim, look how good we look!
Look at how good we look in our pantsuits. Our pantsuits still fit.
These are so bourgeois." Anyway, love you guys.
All right, have a magical day.
Bye.
Bye.